Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, welcome to the future.
Again.
We are the super fun, awesome, happy time pedal show.
Hey guys.
I'm Gabor.
Hey, I'm Alex.
And today we have the Electro Harmonix ring thing.
Yes, it's the ringiest thing in the room.
Yes. So it's kind of like a ring modulator-y kind of sort of thing. It's a ring modulator with other features.
Yeah.
It's well, it is a single sideband modulator.
Oh, a single sideband.
The old single sideband modulator.
Gotcha now.
Yeah. So I've got my trusty Jazzmaster with Duncan Antiquity 1 pickups in it.
I've got a 77 Greco Strat, which is upside down.
Upside down.
And a Seritone OTS Mini 20 into the Oscab with a green back.
Speaker and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So the ring thing. So basically, it's a ring modulator that you can control. You have a lot of control over the stuff that you can do with it. The other, well, most other, let's say it that way, most other ring modulators are very limited in what they can do.
Yep.
This has got just about anything you want to do. You can change waveforms. You can change lower band, higher band, different stuff. You can hook up an expression pedal, which we have as well. You can also hook up another expression pedal to take care of modulation duties, which, for a whole different thing again. You have 9 presets you can store. 2 switches. You have on and off, bypass on and off, and a preset switch. So with that you can flick between the presets, and also if you hold it in for longer than a second, it kind of tunes it for you. So if you've watched a Gonculator demo, which why wouldn't you watch the Gonculator demo? One of the main things that a lot of ring modulators are missing, and especially the older ones are missing, was a way of kind of tuning it, because they create overtones. Ring modulators create overtones that may or may not necessarily be in tune with the note that you're kind of playing.
Sure.
Now, the new Gonculator, as opposed to the old Gonculator, has a frequency knob where you can sweep it through different frequencies to tune it. With this, you can actually hold it in, and it kind of, if you play a note, and it finds what works best with that, so it kind of sounds in tune.
Oh, cool.
You've got plenty of knobs. You've got a blend knob, which is basically wet and dry. You've got waveform, which goes from a square to a sine to a triangle wave. You've got your filter and rate in the middle, which, depending on what you do, it either sweeps to the filters or affects the rate of, because it can kind of get tremolo sounds with it as well.
Yeah, right.
You've got a depth knob, which is also like a fine-tuning thing, and a cause knob, which lets you do other things again as well, which we'll go through. And then you have your mode knob, which lets you go between RM, which is ring modulator, UB, which is upper band, and LB, which is lower band. And also, actually, by turning that, you can actually manually go through the presets.
Oh, yeah, cool.
So right now, we're on none of the presets. We're just set to whatever the knobs are.
Okay.
Clean tone, not that it really matters. So before, in the intro, in a very futuristic intro, all the bands are on. So you can have all of them on or only one of them on.
Okay.
So what that means is you have the most different overtones. So it creates a whole bunch of different overtones.
Both low frequencies and high frequencies?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and there's a ring modulator too on top of it, so which I think it does. It does a whole. Let's hear it.
Okay.
So basically, this is it. So with this, you can also have kind of vibrato sounds, and you can have trem.
Yep.
You can use it just almost like a pitch shifter as well. So you can do quite a lot of things with it. So let's go through the knobs one by one. Pretty. Very nice and pretty. less pretty.
Scary.
Kind of in between. Yeah. So let's go all the way up because we don't want to hear the clean sounds. Now the waveform, you can select the waveform that's sort of behind it. Which is the kind of the vibrato-y sound in the background.
Okay, gotcha.
Now this, in this setting, controls the rate. Right. It kind of goes in and out between the different... Warning, warning. Calculating. Yeah. And this is sort of, in this particular instance, it's the depth of it. So how far the pitch shifting goes.
Okay.
And coarse in this case is the pitch. Very futuristic sounds.
Yeah.
And then by pressing this, you can go through different settings. So right now it's just set to Ringmodulator, for example. Which is, you know, great stuff.
Yep.
Upper band. So it has those higher overtones. And you can tune it. You know, where you want the upper bands to be, at the upper higher frequencies, and then the lower.
Okay.
And you can tune that as well. Or you can have all three of them on.
Okay.
You're sitting there going, what's the point of this thing? Well, all three of them was what I had before.
We could go through some presets.
Let's go through some presets.
See what's in there.
Okay, preset number 1. So you can do normal stuff too.
Oh.
So that's what I mean. You can do it. It does everything. It does the crazy stuff. But then you can have normal vibrato sounds. You can have trem sounds. You can have just normal pitch shifting stuff in there as well. I think you can hook it kind of up so it does like full pitch bends, like something that we should whammy. Let's just say whammy. Who cares? So this is almost like a vibrato. It has a kind of phasery kind of thing to it. Yeah, you go for it.
The psychedelic rock.
Make it more interesting. But now, keep playing what you're doing.
Okay.
Now, if you hold in the tune button.
Ooh.
So it kind of tunes it.
Yeah.
So the thing with ring modulators is once you actually find the right frequency, they kind of sound cool.
Yeah, it's less dumb.
That's one way of putting it.
No,
Okay.
just think it's cool.
Next preset.
Okay.
Let's just run through it. So that's kind of like what we had before, where all three bands are on, and it kind of goes between the bands.
Sure.
So you get, preset 4.
Will this one tune?
Yeah, they
try?
probably would.
Okay, so the further it gets away from that original tuned note, the more exaggerated the tremolo type effect is.
You got to think of it when you have two notes that are almost. I mean, if you think of chorus generally, that beating sound comes from two notes being not quite in tune.
Sure.
And the further apart they go, the kind of faster the closer you get, the slower it gets. It's the same with it. Same principle. With
Gotcha.
this.
Okay. All right.
But you can get some cool stuff with
That's
it.
fun.
It's again. So with that now, if you tune it, that means you made a change. In which case the preset flashes, and then you have to hit it again for it to. It's kind of like trying to save it and not save it. Yeah. Okay. So next preset. Tremolo.
For those club songs.
Next one. Enter our Boss volume / expression pedal that we have here. So some of these presets will have expression pedal assigned to it, where things like pitch can be changed. In this case, it's pitch.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but
It's doing whatever it's doing. Okay, next one.
okay, so the pedal's doing pitch again,
So this is, I guess, like a.
but it's bending down as you go toe forward. I really don't know what.
I think you need to know what you're doing.
Okay.
But that's basically, in a nutshell, I mean, it's one of those ones you could go on for.
Yeah.
You could go really in depth and go on for ages. And if you want us to do that, please make sure to let us know. All the
Just want to give you a taste.
3 people worldwide that like ring modulators like me. But it's just to give you a taste. Yeah. So it's basically it's a. If you spend a bit of time with it, it's quite a fun pedal because you can get so many different sounds out of it, and you're starting to realise how a lot of modulation things relate to each other.
Sure.
I mean, things like tremolo, vibrato, chorus, flanger, phaser, ring modulator, octave kind of stuff. It's all very similar, but just ever so slightly changed, you know. And a thing like this, if you get into it, it really, you can get a lot of sounds out of it.
And like it's at those extreme settings where you realise where the blurred lines are between types of modulation.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
Like
So
we did the tremolo earlier, and at extreme settings, it's a ring modulator.
it's a ring modulator. Yeah. So that's it. That's where it all kind of comes together. Because I mean, in the end, it's all modulation, and it's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
So the ring thing, just a very in-depth modulation, sideband, single sideband modulator.
Single sideband.
So if you want some quirky ring modulator sounds, if you want some quirky sounds, but yet also not quirky sounds, you can get them all out of this thing. So check it out. And while you're checking it out, make sure to press subscribe on our YouTube channel. Big red thing saying subscribe. Click on it, log on to your girlfriend's computer, do the same, and your mums and uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters. Log on to their computers, press subscribe. They won't know. And then while you do that, click on link below as well and go to our Facebook page and do that on all your family's computers as well, and like us, and you know, let us know what you want us to do. You know, we can always try and do different you know, different combinations of pedals or different things. If you want to see more on this, let us know.
Cool guys, thanks for checking it out.
That's it. See ya.
Cheers.